Good afternoon again. I chose, my name is Tanisha Batty. I'll say that one more time. And today I will be reading an excerpt from Selected Poems by Gwendolyn Brooks. I chose this work because it helps protect history and the art form of poetry while making visible the artist, as well as gives insight into Black history and things that were occurring during that time. So here's an excerpt from Selected Poems. Gwendolyn Brooks. I have two I'm going to read. The first one is called The Empty Woman. The empty woman took toys. In her sisters' homes were little girls and boys. The empty woman had hats to show with feathers, wore combs and polished waves, wooed cats and pigeons, shopped hard for nephew toys, niece toys, made taffy, popped popcorn and hated her sisters, featherless and waveless, but able to mend measles, nag noses, blast blisters, and all day waste word for girls and war boys, and all day say, "Oh God," and tire among curls, and plump legs and proud muscle, and blackened school bags, babushkas, torn socks, and bouffants that bustle and rustle. The second one is called The Womanhood, and I'm going to cut it off. So it's kind of long, so I'm going to cut it off a little bit. This one is called The Womanhood, The Children of the Poor by Gwendolyn Brooks. People who have no children can be hard, attain a male of ice and insolence, need not pause in the fire and in no sense hesitate in the hurricane to guard. And when wide world is bitten and bewarred, they perish purely, waving their spirits hence, without a trace of grace or of offense, to laugh or fail, diffident, wonder-starred, while through a throttling dark we others hear the little lifting helplessness, the queer whimper whine whose unridiculous lost softness softly makes a trap for us, and makes a curse, and makes a sugar of the malocclusions, the inconditions of love. What shall I give my children who are poor, who are adjudged the least wise of the land, who are my sweetest lepers, who demand no velvet and no velvety velour, but who have begged me for a brisk contour, crying that they are quasi, contraband, because unfinished, graven by a hand, less than angelic, admirable or sure. My hand is stuffed with mold, design, device, but I lack access to my proper stone, and plenitude of plan shall not suffice, nor grief nor love shall be enough alone to ratify my little halves who bear across an autumn freezing everywhere. And shall I prime my children pray to pray? Mites come invade most frugal vestibules, spectered with crust of penitence renewals, and all hysterics arrogant for a day. Instruct yourselves, here is no devil to pay. Children, confine your lights in jellied rules, resemble graves, be metaphysical mules. Learn, Lord, will not distort nor leave the fray behind the scurryings of your neat motive. I shall wait, if you wish. Revise the psalm. If that should frighten you, sew up belief. And if that should tear, turn, singularly calm, at forehead and at fingers, rather wise, holding the bandage ready for your eyes. And that's where I will stop. Thank you. I chose The Empty Woman because it stands for or talks about envy and fulfillment concerning her sisters. Because she's the aunt that doesn't have children of her own. She doesn't have an immediate family. So it was describing women who have been emotionally drained by loss through war, poverty, or family. I chose The Womanhood because it has to do with Black women in an American city, and it tracks the development of a young Black girl into womanhood. Basically, it was the inability to protect children from a hostile world. I chose Selected Poems by Gwendolyn Brooks, and it helped preserve Black history by being published and shared amongst other people, readers and writers. We should continue to share our stories. Thank you.